The yearly Solstice event, now only 2 weeks long, is back for 2025, but with a big shakeup with all the changes brought with Edge of Fate. New weapons, high tier gear, and no paid event card for cosmetics. And by now you've probably heard that it's raining tier 5 weapons and armor. And while true, it's still dependent on a lot of factors. Not everyone will be getting that, but a lot of you will be getting tier 3 and higher gear without requiring to hit 450, or 400, or even 300 power. For those that just want quick info, 300 power and Guardian rank 7 is your goal and sweet spot. Obtainable for casual players and will reward you with consistent tier 4 gear with the occasional tier 5. However, there's a lot more to the event and nuance to the conversation. So let me explain everything: how the event works, what level you should be, best farming tactics, and more. Timestamps available if you want to skip ahead to farming and loot. To start, you'll head to Ava in the Tower for the Celebrating Solstice quest. Like all event quests, it acts as a guide to the different systems and gameplay loop. If you ever need more info, refer to the tooltip in the top left corner of Ava's vendor screen or the first tab in the Solstice event home. Simply put, any portal activity, raid, or dungeon will reward you with varying amounts of Solstice alloy. This is the currency used to unlock this year's armor for the event, make it glow, and add it to the loot pool of potential end-of-activity Solstice drops. By default, only the 3 Solstice weapons are potential activity drops. To get armor, you need this alloy and to complete the Solstice Forge quests. These Solstice Forge quests are located in the Forge, which you can access at Ava in the Tower or on the 5th tab of the Solstice event home menu. For each armor piece, you'll need 100 alloy to unlock the armor, 50 more to make it glow. So that's 750 Solstice alloy in total per character. Sounds like a lot, but for some perspective, that's 30 solo ops or 15 pinnacle ops activity completions per character. And alloy is shared account-wide, so you can farm on whom you like. To get any Solstice loot to drop, you'll play activities in the portal that specify Distorted Solstice Ingram as a bonus reward. These are randomly assigned to an activity each day and require you to reach the B rating rewards threshold. That means you'll have to check which activities have this bonus drop, and you'll be playing activities at or above your current level. You can't dumb it down to easy difficulty and rake in free tier 5 loot. Besides unique loot, Solstice has modifiers to spice up your portal activities. For PvP, you have the Solstice Scorch mode, where you'll use Scorch Cannons to defeat your foes in Clash, Control, and Rift. For PvE portal activities, you have active modifiers that lean into Solar. One modifier, Hot Potato, is always active, where upon defeating combatants, a Solar Flare can spawn. Toss it at enemies for a large explosion, pass it to your teammates to increase its damage. From there, you have 8 other modifiers, such as healing when using class abilities, Radiant Final Blows spawn fire sprites that cure you, to a giant flaming death ball that can spawn and chase you around. 2 of these modifiers are active per activity and are random each day. But you can choose any of them at any time when you personally customize the activity. Just some added spice to your gameplay and incentive to mess around on the Solar subclass. Next, let's go over the event home. This is the new menu system, found on the left side of the main portal screen, that will house any active event in Destiny 2 and follow a similar formula. The first page will give you an overview of how the event works, which I highly recommend you read, the event's free rewards track, and a set of daily and weekly challenges. That rewards track has a new holo chip to spruce up your Guardian's look, Ghost Shell and Chip, a shader, and free holofoils of the 3 event's weapons. These are curated rolls that have that unique animated shader. For Solstice, it has a nice beach and ocean wave look to it. You can level this reward track for absolutely free by earning XP from any portal activity or those daily and weekly challenges. XP earned from portal activities depend on playlist and difficulty. For example, the Solstice Scorch PvP mode rewards 160 XP. Solo ops from normal through master reward 200, Fireteam ops is 300, and Pinnacle ops are 600. Daily challenges reward 500 XP each, with 3 available at a time that refresh at the daily reset. You can do additional daily challenges by using reroll chips, as these refresh the objective of any daily challenge, even those already completed. These chips are earned via the rewards track or bought with silver. Additionally, they do not expire at the end of the event, so you can carry them forward. The weekly challenge is worth 2,250 XP with only one available each week. To gain one full rank, it requires 1,000 XP. So to complete all 30 ranks, that's the equivalent of 150 solo ops clears. Sounds like a lot, but that's just activity completions. It doesn't factor in those challenges or the fact that you have 2 weeks to complete it. Of course, if you are short on time but full on cash, you could pay 100 silver per rank. But that is not at all necessary. This is a free event. There is no more upgraded event card. Moving on, the second tab will quickly show you your active event quests and quick launch to event-related activities and destinations, Solstice Scorch, and the Tower. The third tab is the reward shop. Besides XP, you also earned event tokens from those daily and weekly challenges. This is where you spend them. You have a variety of upgrade materials, event weapons, and event engrams that can decrypt into either weapons or armor. Make note that the tier of the weapon and engram are based on your current Guardian rank. Rank 5 is Tier 2, Rank 7 is Tier 3, and Rank 9 is Tier 4. And these are just bonus drops, not the main way to farm loot for the event. So don't worry about completing challenges for tokens or what to buy. If you complete all challenges from the event with no reroll chips, you'll have 600 event tokens to play with. For newer players, I do recommend grabbing an exotic cipher so you can unlock more exotics from Rahul or the Monument to Lost Lights kiosk. Everyone else, buy weapons or engrams. And keep in mind, event tokens expire at the end of Solstice. Use them before you lose them. The fourth tab is the event seal, Flamekeeper. 8 triumphs for the base title, and 4 more to gild it. This time around, the objectives are fairly straightforward and displayed accurately in-game. You'll just have to make sure you bounce around the portal, so you play Solo Ops, Pinnacle Ops, and the Crucible Solstice Scorch playlist. The only one you might have to look at is Around the Sun, as you need to complete portal activities with at least 7 out of the 8 Solstice modifiers. Not in one run, but overall. Remember, you can choose from all of the available modifiers when you customize your difficulty. For the gilding triumphs, you'll have to reach rank 30 instead of 15 and unlock the glows for your armor. As for completion time, earning XP for the rewards track is the limiting factor. Going by the fastest method, you can expect to complete it, and thus the title, in 10 to 15 hours. Again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You have 2 weeks and those challenges for more XP. Alright, let's talk about farming loot, power, and XP. In terms of XP for the rewards track and alloy to unlock armor and glows, Solo Ops and Pinnacle Ops are the best options. While difficulty, like Expert, Master, etc., doesn't change XP values, it does impact alloy to a certain extent. So you want to make sure you are playing on the highest difficulty you can. While in the past, checkpoint farming raid or dungeon encounters like Shattered Throne were optimal for events, they aren't now, since they don't give event gear, powerful drops, or event XP, so I'd avoid them. The alloy is just a bonus for those running Desert Perpetual. As for weapons and armor, you ideally want to hit certain power and guardian rank thresholds to get the most out of it. With Solstice, event items are dropping at +1 over their normal tier. Normally, players at 200 power and guardian rank 5 are getting tier 2 item drops. With Solstice, that means your new normal for event drops will be tier 3. Furthermore, you have a chance for a shiny holofoil weapon drop, which will be +2 over your normal tier and also drop an armor piece of that same tier. Meaning, you go from a normal drop of tier 2 to an event drop of tier 3 with a small chance of tier 4s. That means if you want consistent tier 4s, the threshold you want to reach is 300 power, guardian rank 7. Your event drops will be tier 4s with a slight chance of tier 5s. And really, tier 5s are just the cherry on top. Tier 3 and 4 should be the goal for players, in my opinion. And this threshold of 300 power is achievable for even casual players, especially since you can use Solstice drops to power level. More on that in a sec. To get the most out of these drops, you want to have finished unlocking your armor from the Forge, so make sure you aren't sitting on Solstice alloy. Otherwise, armor won't drop for you. To actively farm this gear, you want to make sure you are selecting portal activities that specify Distorted Solstice Ingram as a bonus reward, and you are hitting B or higher rewards rating. The chosen activity for these Ingrams will change daily, so even though it was Caldera on day 1, that doesn't mean it will be the next day. Like day 2, it's Skywatch. So check and adapt accordingly. For those opting for PvP, that can be an optimal farm, but it depends on a lot of personal factors. Power, Crucible ranking, your active game performance, and if you win or not. So it can be quite variable. Now, power. The armor you get upon completion of those forge quests, along with the rewards from the rewards track, are powerful drops, and the armor is available per character. Since the power of item drops is based on your account's overall power, completing these quests on alt characters will further increase your level. That brings us to 3 main scenarios to optimize power and gear farming. If you are below 250 power and going to be short on time during Solstice, I'd recommend claiming these armor pieces and weapons on all characters as soon as possible to quickly catapult you to 300 power so that you can get tier 4 gear. Those that are close to, but below 300 power, I'd recommend claiming the armor on just one character and then saving those drops on your alts until you're ready to farm on them, need them to even out your level, or reach 400 power before the event ends. The reason being is that you won't hit consistent tier 5s until you reach 400 power, so save those guaranteed powerful specific drops until you need them. To be efficient when leveling, you want to make sure no pieces are lagging behind. On a site like Dim, you can see your account's power level and how much above or below each gear piece is. If you notice your class item is lagging behind, you can use your class item forge quest on an alt character to instantly boost it up. Lastly, those that are close to or at 400 power, you want to save those free drops until you reach 400, since 400 to 450 is the most brutal grind. But also, everyone needs to keep in mind that you won't earn armor as drops until you've unlocked them via the forge. With all that said, is the gear actually worth farming for? Armor, yes, mainly because of the high stat totals offered by tier 3 and higher gear. Remember, these Solstice drops are at least one tier above what you'd normally get. Once it's over, the armor you get elsewhere in the game will most likely be of lower stat quality for a period of time. That being said, it's mainly for the raw stats. The set bonus offered by it is okay, but not necessary, especially since it solely revolves around solar. The 2-piece bonus provides increased flinch resistance, handling, and reload to solar weapons when you receive healing, and the 4-piece provides healing upon rapid solar final blows. Sort of a niche set, unless you find yourself using solar in a majority of your kit. For weapons, it's totally different if these weapons have something that pique your interest. High armor stats and better set bonuses can always be earned elsewhere and at any time. These weapons are only available during Solstice. For 2025, you have 3 weapons to chase. First is Festival Flight, the new Strand Area Denial Frame Grenade Launcher. Very useful for ad clear. In the left column, notable perks are Blast Distributor, which is an easy way to get free 50 points for the grenade stat by dealing splash damage, Demolitionist, for quick reloads and getting your grenade backs fast, Envious Arsenal, for not only reloading in a DPS rotation by going through all your weapons, but also adding 20 points to the armor generation stat when the perk is enhanced, Ambitious Assassin, for pretty much always having 2 in the mag, and then Slice if you want to apply Sever to targets. In the right column, you really can't go wrong with anything, it'll just depend on your use case for which damage perks you want. Frenzy is the simplest of options, with One for All a good follow-up if you're primarily using it for ad clear. It's also worth noting that Attrition Orbs did get a noticeable nerf when it comes to area denial frames specifically. It won't really print orbs on a single target, but it's still decent for large groups. Next, you have Yeartide Apex, a solar lightweight SMG. Not only do you have the strong combo of Heal Clip plus Incandescent, but you also have top perks like Attrition Orbs, Demolitionist, or even Feeding Frenzy for quick reloads. In the right column, you have Binary Orbit if you're getting kills with darkness damage elsewhere in your kit, or the previously Salvation's Edge raid exclusive perk, Chaos Reshaped. Basically, a juiced version of Frenzy, having a second tier that increases the damage buff to 35% and now periodically heals you instead of getting those free stats to reload and handling. You also have the new perk Burning Ambition, but honestly, it's kind of niche and not potent enough. Dumping your whole mag to apply a small amount of Scorch to a single target is not so great. Lastly, you have the reprised version of Fortunate Star that first appeared in last year's Solstice. In the left column, you have the new Impromptu Ammunition perk to increase your ammo meter progress, Archer's Tempo or Successful Warm-Up to decrease draw time, Dragonfly for some extra explosions, or Repulsor Brace if you're pairing it with some Void debuffs. In the right column, you have 2 Void debuff perks, Demoralize and Destabilizing Grounds, and then a slew of damage perks. The only one I'd steer you away from is Precision Instrument, as the perk doesn't last that long, only buffs precision hits, and goes away if you miss. All in all, these 3 weapons have something worth chasing. Plus, if you get lucky, they have that holofoil exclusive treatment to it where it has that custom ocean animated shader. This isn't exclusive to tier 5 drops, anyone can get these if you're lucky. Any tier can be shiny. Lastly, you have cosmetics to consider. Upon unlocking all the armor glows, and a chance upon portal activity completion, you can get the Solstice Keepsake, a memento to apply to old craftable and enhanceable weapons to have a unique shader, tracker, and name. Currently, they aren't compatible with new gear though. To spruce up your Guardian, you have, of course, Eververse with its slew of Solstice-themed goodies. Some are silver exclusive, but the armor, for this year and all prior years, are available for 6,000 Bright Dust. And make sure to check the Bright Dust section each week, as different Solstice goodies do rotate in and out. And that's everything regarding Solstice 2025. If you just skipped to the end or just want a quick summary, here it is. Make sure you are selecting portal activities that specify Distorted Solstice Ingram as the bonus drop and achieve at least a B rating to get event loot. These activities change daily, so make sure you check. For the sweet spot, you want to be at 300 power and Guardian rank 7 to get tier 4 gear with the occasional tier 5. This is not mandatory, but it is an achievable threshold to reach to get the most value out of these drops. You also don't need to farm for just event XP or alloy. XP, alloy, and loots are all linked together and share the same best farms. Solo ops and pinnacle ops at the highest power you can do quickly. For the title, make sure you do the specified activities and select all the event modifiers to progress. And before the event ends, make sure to spend all of your event tokens in the reward shop. Last but not least, have fun. Yes, the loot is good, but don't lose your sanity grinding or let FOMO get to you. High tiers are sexy, but not mandatory to play or enjoy the game. If you have any other questions, tips, or thoughts, leave them down in the comments. And if you found this video was helpful, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more Destiny content. As always, I am your Commander Pika. Be kind, have fun, and I'll see you on the battlefield.